The story begins with a couple, Mian and Nico, who were fleeing their homeland illegally. Their country had been trapped in a long war with its neighbor, which led to a devastating food crisis. To deal with the shortage, the government began killing the elderly, children, and even pregnant women. Because of this, Mian and Nico were forced to abandon their baby daughter. Now, in order to survive, they were escaping the country. Their destination was Ireland. An agent arranged to smuggle them inside a shipping container, which was supposed to be loaded onto a ship heading to Ireland. Inside that container, along with Mian and Nico, were many others trying to flee the country. It was then revealed that Mian was 9 months pregnant. Her time to give birth was near, but the greedy agent, wanting more money, crammed extra people inside. As a result, Nico was forced into another container. Mian became terrified when she realized she was separated from him. As the container doors closed, she desperately searched for Nico. He tried to comfort her, saying, "Don't give up. As soon as we reach the port, I'll be with you within an hour. My truck is right behind yours." Hearing his words, Mian felt a little calmer. After some time, her container reached the port where the ship awaited, but there was a checkpoint. Police officers were inspecting every container. When one officer opened Mian's container, at first he saw nothing. The truth was, there was a hidden compartment inside where everyone was hiding, but the officer was clever. He sensed that people were inside, so he announced, "If you come out willingly, I'll let you go, but if you don't, all of you will be killed." Terrified, one girl opened the secret door. Meanwhile, feeling uneasy, Mian climbed onto 2 stacked boxes and hid on top where no one could see her. The police then stormed the compartment and gunned down everyone hiding inside. Their bodies were dragged out and thrown away, but Mian, still hidden above, survived. Soon after, her container was loaded onto the ship, which finally set sail for Ireland. Inside, Mian began searching the container. She found some food, a drill machine, and even a phone. Night fell, and eventually she drifted off to sleep. But in the middle of the night, she awoke. The container was shaking violently. Peering through a tiny crack, she saw the ship battling a monstrous storm. The waves grew worse, and then the unthinkable happened. The entire ship capsized. One by one, containers plunged into the sea. When Mian's container hit the water, she was knocked unconscious. After a while, she slowly opened her eyes. The boxes inside were scattered everywhere, and seawater had begun to leak in. Looking out again, she realized she was surrounded by nothing but endless ocean. Terrified, she grabbed the phone to call Nico, but the screen was destroyed.
At that moment, Mian's eyes fell to the floor of the container. Through 2 small holes, seawater was streaming in. She realized that if nothing was done soon, the entire container would sink. Desperately, she began opening the scattered boxes one by one. Some held earphones, some televisions, some clothes, and others bottles of alcohol. Then she found a roll of tape. With it, she quickly sealed the 2 holes. Suddenly, she heard voices shouting outside. Looking through the crack, she saw the container where Nico had been placed. But right before her eyes, that container sank into the sea. Terrified, Mian tried switching her SIM card into another phone and attempted to call him, but nothing worked. Watching her husband's death unfold before her eyes broke her completely. She even thought of ending her own life, but then she remembered her unborn child, and she changed her mind. That night, she somehow fell asleep. The next morning, she woke to find even more water inside the container. The tape had softened from the moisture and failed, so Mian tore rubber lining from a plastic box and used it to seal 6 different holes. This time, the water stopped entering. Then she tried to drain the water out in clever ways. Just then, one of the phones rang, an unknown number. To her shock, it was Nico. He told her he hadn't been on the same ship as her container. Overjoyed, Mian told him, "I'm not there either. My container fell into the sea." Nico promised her, "No matter what it takes, I'll come and save you." But right after the call ended, Mian felt sharp pains in her stomach. The baby was coming. At that exact moment, another violent storm struck. The container shook wildly as water rushed inside. Amid this terrifying chaos, Mian gave birth to a baby girl. She named her Noah. Even in such horror, she somehow managed to hold and care for her newborn. By morning, Noah wouldn't stop crying, and Mian's food was nearly gone. Desperate, she came up with an idea. Using the drill machine she had found, she could cut through the container wall to escape. She started drilling, But before she could finish, the machine died. Refusing to give up, she grabbed a small knife and began cutting through the thick metal wall. Her hands were badly injured, bleeding heavily, but she didn't stop. Finally, she broke through. Stepping outside under the open sky for the first time in days, Mian felt the sun's warmth on her skin. It was almost blissful. She brought her daughter out too, and once Noah felt the sunlight, she finally stopped crying. Then Mian noticed fish swimming nearby. She tried catching them to cook, but failed again and again. Just then, she spotted a plane flying high above. Thinking quickly, she smashed a TV screen she had found and carried the reflective glass outside, hoping to signal the plane. But while doing so, she badly cut her foot. Gritting her teeth against the pain, she angled the glass toward the sky and flashed signals, but the plane did not respond. Her wound kept bleeding. To stop it, she cleaned the gash with alcohol and stitched it herself. The pain was unbearable. But then another idea struck her. What if she made a fishing rod out of the earphone wires? That way, catching fish would be easier. She tried it, and it worked. With her improvised fishing rod, she finally caught fish with ease. She cooked and ate them, storing rainwater for drinking. For the first time, both she and her baby daughter had food and water.
Days kept passing, but with each one, Mian's strength began to fade. She had no idea how long she would have to survive like this. Then one night, Nico called again. This time, he told her the truth. "I was coming to you by ship, but the police caught me. While escaping, they shot me. I've lost too much blood. Mian, I won't be able to save you, but you must not give up. You will have to come to me, and maybe before you do, I'll already be gone." For the last time, Nico apologized and ended the call. Moments later, Mian's phone battery died. Hearing his words shattered her completely. She felt helpless. There was nothing left she could do. Yet still, she made a decision to survive. Not for herself, but for her daughter. Yes, she would stay alive for Noah. The next morning, Mian built a small raft out of a plastic box, hoping that at least Noah could be saved. But night fell while she worked. Suddenly, seawater began flooding the container. Rushing inside to grab essentials, her foot got trapped in the wreckage. Within moments, the container sank completely beneath the waves. Meanwhile, Noah, lying in the makeshift raft, drifted farther and farther away with the tide. Somehow, Mian freed herself and swam up, gasping for air. Her first thought was her daughter. She struggled through the waves to reach Noah, praying she was safe. That night, mother and child clung to survival on the fragile raft until dawn. But by morning, Mian was at the edge of death. Just then, fishermen appeared in the distance. They spotted the raft and found Noah. At first, they thought only the baby had survived. But when one fisherman's daughter pulled on the rope tied to the raft, they discovered Mian too, unconscious, her hand bound tightly to the rope. The fisherman revived her. The first thing Mian did when she opened her eyes was search desperately for her baby. And then she saw Noah was safe. They had finally reached Ireland, for those fishermen were locals. After enduring countless, unimaginable horrors, Mian had not only survived, she had saved her daughter as well. And that, my friends, was the full story of the 2023 film Nowhere. So guys, how did you like today's movie? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.